everyone, good morning. I am Fiona Marie Alabiano, and this is my video presentation on our pretest activity for GE Purposive Communication under Ma'am Kim J.C. Datilias, where we are supposed to answer 5 questions regarding oral and written communication. So the first question is, have you ever prepared and delivered a speech or presentation? Describe your experience and the steps you took to prepare. So my answer is yes, because I remember when I was in 11th grade, we had a speech fest as part of our midterm performance task. First, we were tasked to write a speech about a certain event that changed our lives. It was a lengthy process from drafting, revising, and having it checked by a professional grammarian to finally delivering it before an audience. So the task was given during the first week of December, and we were expected to present it around the first week of January when classes resumed after the Christmas break. So upon learning that we would be delivering our speeches not only in front of our classmates, but also before other sections and with 3 panels of judges, my classmates and I felt nervous. Obviously, who wouldn't be? So, therefore, I really took the time to master my piece during the Christmas break. I spent hours memorizing my 1,250 word speech word for word. I practiced in front of the mirror to see how others might perceive me as I spoke. I worked on properly enunciating and pronouncing words, especially the unfamiliar vocabulary that I used, and practiced how to command the stage by using hand gestures and moving from left to right, from right to left from time to time. So overall, the experience was nerve-wracking, yet it was the moment I realized that I actually had the inner confidence, yes, to speak in front of a large audience, and I also realized that I had the potential for public speaking. Moving on to the second question, we have, in your own words, explain why both oral and written communication are important for students and future professionals. I believe both play a crucial role in shaping us into eloquent individuals. In written communication, we can take the time to express ourselves even if our grammar is not perfect, because after finishing our draft, we can go back and correct the parts where we made mistakes and even add additional information and thoughts as we get into the flow of our writing, which ensures both correctness and coherence, which are part of the 7 C's of purposive communication. Oral communication, on the other hand, as I mentioned in my first answer, helps build confidence, especially when practiced often. Through this, we do not rely on pens and paper. Instead, we apply what we have learned by speaking in real time, fostering critical thinking, communication, and creativity, which are essential 21st century skills. Moving on, compare oral and written communication. What are the advantages and disadvantages of each? Give an example where one is more effective than the other. In oral communication, the advantage is that it builds confidence, fosters critical thinking and creativity, as I mentioned in my first and second answers. However, you cannot take back anything you say because it is delivered in real time. Therefore, you must be very careful with your diction to ensure that no individual or group is offended by your words. In written communication, the advantage is that you can correct any mistakes you've previously made, but it can also make you too comfortable in your comfort zone. As a result, you might not be able to test how well you can handle impromptu speaking situations in the future. For example, during class recitations or sudden interviews, you might find it difficult to express your thoughts clearly if you're used to relying on writing and editing your ideas. Oral communication helps prepare you for these spontaneous moments. Next, How can practicing public speaking or writing reports help improve your confidence and overall communication skills? It helps you improve by making you more accustomed to facing a crowd, allowing you to gain confidence in the process. Additionally, it makes you more knowledgeable and broadens your vocabulary because when your mind is filled with meaningful knowledge, you can understand even the words or phrases that may seem alien to other people. Finally, recall a time when poor oral or written communication caused a misunderstanding. What happened and how could it have been avoided? So I remember a time in grade 10 when my group was assigned to present a report in English class. I was in charge of making the PowerPoint and writing the script while my classmate was supposed to deliver the introduction. The night before the presentation, I sent her the script through Messenger, but I forgot to mention that I made a few last-minute changes on her part. During the report, she read the old version she had practiced, and it didn't match the slides on the screen. Our classmates got confused, and the flow of our presentation was disrupted. That misunderstanding happened because I failed to communicate clearly and confirm that she received the updated version. And it could have been avoided if I had informed her properly about the changes or called her to make sure she understood the revisions before class. From that experience, I learned that clear and timely communication is indeed essential, especially in group work, to avoid confusion and maintain teamwork. So that concludes my question and answer video. I hope my answers were very brilliant, wise, and insightful. Thank you.